And Sydney Batsloff joins us now for the breakdown. Hey there, Sydney.
Hello, Heather.
Give us a quick idea of what your story's about today.
Yeah, of course. So we're following the high-profile case of Brent Swadley, who's currently in jail right now, accused of defrauding the state, awaiting sentencing. There's been a lot of back and forth today between his attorneys and then the Attorney General's office. There's accusations with them listening in on phone calls that are supposed to be confidential. We've actually received some of those calls as well.
All right, let's take a look, and then we'll ask questions on the other side.
This call is subject to attorney-client privilege and should not be recorded, so please hang up now if you are listening.
That warning plays at the start of phone calls between Brent Swadley and his attorneys. It was released to News 4 by the Oklahoma County Jail as part of an open records request. In a new court filing, Swadley's attorneys accused the Oklahoma Attorney General's office of improperly intercepting at least 38 attorney-client calls through June 26th. Going on to claim they had no legitimate law enforcement purpose other than to gain tactical advantage in filings and upcoming hearings. The Oklahoma County Detention Center says all inmate phone calls are recorded. However, attorneys can register their number with the state to be put on a list where their calls aren't recorded.
I don't know as I sit here today whether the attorney had registered his number or not and it was recorded by mistake or not, because mistakes obviously do happen, but it is not supposed to happen. It is in violation of the inmate's rights.
Swadley's legal team thought they had taken the necessary steps to register their numbers, but the filing claims system failures, delays by detention center staff, and a lack of safeguards allowed those calls to continue being recorded. The defense also claims prosecutors listened to at least one of those calls and used information from it while preparing for an upcoming bond hearing. The AG denies the allegation.
It would be shocking to me if a judge would then allow that to be used as evidence, because even though the mistake happens, even though it got recorded, it's not supposed to be then utilized or listened to, and the judge will suppress that information and that evidence.
In response to the motion filed, the AG's office says any allegations that protected recordings were monitored by anyone from the Attorney General's office are patently false. We have strong protocols in place that protect attorney-client privilege. We take our Sixth Amendment obligation seriously and will vigorously defend this office through the appropriate legal process.
And we are back now with some questions for Sydney. So, Sydney, the state also filed a motion today. What is the state claiming in all of this?
They did, and there's been a lot of back and forth today, all afternoon, getting stuff from the state and the Swadley's legal team. Lots of notes, thick documents. I have my notes here just because there was so much to go through.
Sure.
But basically, the claims now from the state is they're saying that Swadley's team improperly communicated with the judge. They said that Swadley's team went in there to talk about an appeal bond hearing, and they're claiming that during that, they brought up these recorded phone calls and the allegations and discussed that with the judge without the state being there. So they're saying that that was wrong, and that was what their filing was all about. Of course, Swadley's team then fired back on that. They said they were simply there just scheduling that hearing, and then it was brought up the nature of that hearing, and they wanted to warn the judge that it would be a lengthy matter, and that's why that was brought up. That they said they weren't doing it to hide anything or leave them out of it. And then something, though, that Swadley's team is saying is that the Attorney General's office is bringing this up to try to distract the fact of them accusing them of viewing and listening to those recorded phone calls.
Okay, so more to come on this. And also, how about sentencing? When is Brent Swadley scheduled to be sentenced?
Yeah, right now it's scheduled 2 weeks from today, so July 16th. Of course, we're going to be watching that, see if it stays scheduled for that day, and of course, what happens there.
How about the latest on Brent Swadley's finger, part of it being cut off in the doors, in the jail door?
Yeah, we told you guys about this last week. Well, there was supposed to be video of that incident. So Swadley's attorneys obviously wanted to see that video. A judge actually ordered them to have access to that video. We've heard that they have seen it, so now we're just waiting to see if any legal action, a lawsuit, if anything's going to be taken on that matter.
So much involved here.
So much. It never ends.
All right, Sydney, thank you so much. When we come back, we'll have your weather video of the day, plus talk to a meteorologist next.